And we are live!
Are we really?
Yes.
I'm not prepared. Hello.
Hey,
Hi. How's it going?
good.
So this is episode 9.
Yes? Of what?
Of Us Unfiltered.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Kevin.
And
I'm
that's
the better
all
of
us.
the two.
I'm the worst.
At least we know our place. I'm just kidding. Danny is fantastic. He's a great host. And I love him, to be honest. So today we're talking about cartoons.
Oh, we're not just talking about them. We're discussing them.
Fuck, Danny, you did not remind me.
I did!
At a good time.
I reminded you before we even started recording.
You reminded me immediately after I said, remind me to turn off the AC. So, I mean, you did remind me, but...
Alright, let's get this started.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of water.
So, what we're doing today is we have created a bracket for the best cartoon ever. We have 32 different cartoons here that Kevin and I, have selected based on, I guess, the ones that we
felt were worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, we also seeded them, so it's like the cartoons that we think are the best would be like 1 seeds or 2 seeds, you know, stuff like that. If you don't understand how that works, then I guess you're just stupid.
Yeah. Do some research. Watch some sports.
Yeah. So, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was gonna say.
You're not a train conductor.
I was gonna say that this is just mine and Kevin's opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like you can disagree, or you can agree.
But if you disagree, you're wrong.
Yeah. And if you think, like, we have a cartoon rated too high or too low, or if you think one's missing that should be here, then, like, who cares? This isn't your list, so shut up.
Yeah. Then stop listening, but please don't. Continue. Hello.
All right.
Oh no, I have to cough. Ew. Okay, sorry. It was phlegmy. Let's get started.
Okay, so in the first region, since we have 4 different regions.
Why did you squeeze?
Because you gotta squeeze the region.
You're just region squeezing?
Yes.
Alright.
In the first region, we have the 1-seeded SpongeBob SquarePants going up against the 8-seed Lilo and Stitch.
Which was a show, apparently. You said
Yes.
after the movie
Yes.
it was made into a show?
And I was just thinking about this, because we said we didn't want to, like, include movies, but I kind of do want to include the movies for...
But the bracket's already made.
Yeah.
You mean just, like, in the determining process?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we would have to include, like, the SpongeBob movies also.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the movie in that case came after. Well, there were 2 SpongeBob movies, aren't there?
Yeah, I didn't see the second one, though.
Me neither. I want to watch the first one and the second one and the whole
Yeah.
show.
Okay, so I was thinking, like, obviously we know who's going to win this round, so I feel like we don't really have to say much about SpongeBob right now.
Okay.
Like, I think we should save, like, the SpongeBob talk for when SpongeBob has, like, true
real
competition.
opponent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I think most people could agree on SpongeBob being a 1 seed.
Yeah.
And Lilo and Stitch, like before we made this bracket, I had no idea it was a show. How long was it a show for? Like 3 years? What did it say? 2003 to 2006, or maybe I'm thinking of a
honestly,
different one.
I don't know how long it went, but I watched it, and I enjoyed the show.
How much of it did you watch?
Uh, I honestly don't know. It was
Like just a
a
few
long time
episodes,
ago.
or more than that?
I feel like I watched like the majority of it.
Wow. Okay.
Like I don't know. Like that show was about like you know how Stitch is Experiment 626?
I thought he was a dog.
You know how
I'm just
Stitch
kidding.
is Dog 626?
Yeah.
The show was basically about them like finding the other 625 dogs.
Okay.
By dogs I mean experiments.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the show.
That's cool.
And if we are including the movie, I gotta say that the movie is really good.
Yeah, I really enjoy that movie. Like, just the fact that we put the show as an 8th seed doesn't mean we think they suck. Like, it's
Yeah,
still a good show. I mean, I didn't see the show, but the movie is fantastic, and I don't know.
Yeah, like all 32 of these, at least one of us enjoyed the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of these are things that we disliked.
Yeah.
Like,
All 32 shows, like we said, are in the discussion because we felt they were worthy.
yeah. And I mean, there's some shows in here that like Kevin didn't see, like Lilo and Stitch. There's
I
some
never
that
had
I didn't
cable.
really see or remember. So we'll try to do our best to determine who's going on. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that SpongeBob wins this round.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I will make SpongeBob advance. Okay. This is an interesting matchup because it's two pretty different shows. The 4 seed Teen Titans going against the 5 seed South Park.
Yeah, those are quite different.
Yeah. Like, how do you discuss two vastly different shows?
See, for me, I know which one I want to win. I loved Teen Titans. I watched that show a lot as a kid, and it was just such a fun show. Like, I don't know, they're teenage like heroes, and they run around doing things. They have that was vague. they run around.
They run around and do things.
Defeating villains and stuff, and it was funny and cool, and like as a kid it just like really piqued my imagination. And because when I was a kid I would like run around in my yard and I would like pretend I was in like a zombie apocalypse or something, and I would climb our tree and I'd like pick off zombies in the yard. So I was a very like imaginative kid, and for me I feel like Teen Titans appealed more to my imagination than South Park.
Yeah, but then again, you have the ginger episode of South Park that ruined it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I may be a little biased. No. I saw that episode and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree with what you said about Teen Titans. As far as South Park goes, I've seen a decent amount of South Park, but like at the same time not too much. So it's like I've enjoyed the South Park that I've watched. I think it's funny, and
Same here.
it can have some, I guess, like imaginative stories. Yeah, there's work being done downstairs. I don't know if you can hear it. I hope not.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
It's like a foot massage.
So, I think what we should do for ones that aren't obvious choices, how about we do like on a count of three, we just say who we think should win, and if we have different answers, then we'll, I guess,
Fight about it?
fight about it
Okay.
to determine the winner.
Okay.
So I'll be like, 1, 2, 3, and then we say it.
Okay, so like on the fourth beat we say it. So da 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 say.
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Teen Titans.
Ah. We agreed. Teen Titans advances.
And like you were saying, like I've seen, a good amount of South Park. I have not seen most of the show, but I don't know. It's certainly, it's enjoyable. It's funny. I like it. But overall, I don't like it as much as Teen Titans. I think Teen Titans was more imaginative and just more creative, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. The next matchup is the 3 seed Kids Next Door. Codename Kids Next Door. If you want to say the true
I
title.
wasn't sure what you were talking
Okay.
about at first.
That's why
Thank you.
I specified. Versus the 6 seed Rocket Power.
Okay.
I think Rocket Power was one of those that you
Yeah,
hadn't
I
seen.
don't know anything about Rocket Power.
Rocket Power was about like these like skateboarding, surfing dudes.
Okay. Did they kind of look like the Rugrats a little bit in appearance, like cartoonship?
I
Oh,
guess you could say
Did
that.
did one of them have like scraggly like red hair? Not scraggly, but they kind of looked like
I-
short dreads almost, like a sea
I-
anemone.
think so. I don't completely remember.
Okay, it might be the one I'm
They
thinking
I guess they kind of look like Rugrats, except they're like actual kids, not babies.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Rocket Power in a long time, so I remember that I enjoyed it, but I really can't say too much more about it, other than it was just some skateboarding surfer dudes. So yeah. But I feel like we're both gonna say Kids Next Door.
Probably.
Yeah.
I will say that, from what you just said about Rocket Power, like, it seems to appeal to, like, being a kid, like, going out with your friends around the town, like, on your skateboards or something, or, like, on your bikes. Like, when I was a kid, I would, like, ride my bike with friends, like, just around the town and, like, just be out around the town, the city. We live in a city. It's not a town. That's a pointless detail. I'm sorry. But no, like, just being a kid, just out exploring, like, that's cool. I like that. But codename Kids Next Door, again, with the imagination thing, for me, that's a huge factor. Just because that is such a vital thing for kids to have, is like good imagination. It's
True.
very valuable. Like, I don't know, when they have their weapons or their little tools that they make and have that are made out of like just random things, they have their tree house, that just appeals to the imagination more, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So I say Kids Next Door.
I say codename Kids Next Door.
Fine. I will also say codename Kids Next Door.
All right.
It's too many syllables. It's a
So-
breezy day out today.
It's what?
It's a breezy day out today.
Breezy.
Yeah. It's hot outside.
Turn on the AC.
Should I?
No. Turn it off. I'm reminding you. Turn it on and turn it off.
I don't know why I'm actually doing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, moving on. The next matchup is the 2 seed in this region. Family Guy
Okay.
going up against the 7 seed Hey Arnold.
All right.
Do you remember Hey Arnold at all?
I may have seen 1 or 2 episodes of it, but I really don't remember it. I remember, though, as a kid, I didn't really like how he looked.
His football head?
Well, I mean, Stewie has a football head.
Yeah.
But
They
no,
literally
just like
called
he had
him
like just the
football head.
long clothes. He was just, I don't know, really lanky, I guess. I don't know. It bothered me as a kid. I don't know.
Huh.
So I guess I'm biased against Hey Arnold.
Wow.
But that's all I know about it, is that I didn't like how he looked. And I was judging a book by its cover.
I thought it was a good show.
Right. I'm sure it was.
Yeah. I remember something that I remember about Hey Arnold was the movie. Even though I don't remember the movie, bear with me, this will make sense in a second.
Okay.
The movie had this like Game Boy game that was like, it had like the same plot and stuff, I guess, as the movie, and like that's what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this game for Hey Arnold, and I really, really liked that game. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, I thought there was a butt coming.
No,
Okay.
there's no buts.
No butts. What is that, plane going down? I mean, eventually it will be. Planes always go down.
Yeah,
What?
you're right. I think Family Guy is gonna win this.
Me too. I mean, like, Family Guy just has, like, the cool element of, like, when they break away for clips. You know? Like, when they say, oh, that's, like, the one time that Brian got his foot stuck in a bear trap. I don't think that's an actual clip, but it could be. I hit my hand. But that was just such a cool aspect of the show. Like, just a mini little touch. It's like, it was just like seeing a thought bubble. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that the different, just the different coinciding storylines, like, one episode, Brian might be singing with Frank Sinatra, and that's like one of the storylines of the episode, but Meg has something going on at high school also in the same episode.
Shut up, Meg.
I'm not Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
You're being unreasonable. So I say Family Guy.
Me too. In fact, I already wrote it down.
Ah. Okay.
Did
you have anything to say about Family Guy?
Yeah. I'll wait, though. Until the next round.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say all the stuff I have to say about a show and then
Yeah,
have
that's
it
true.
advance. And then when it's time for it to match up against someone else, be like, yeah, I already said how I feel. You know?
Yeah.
So, moving on
Yes.
to the next region. we have the 1 seed Scooby-Doo
I know who's gonna win this one, at least for me.
going up against the cartoon that will win this round, the 8 seed Samurai Jack,
Yeah.
who
Again,
will clearly win.
Samurai Jack is another one that I really haven't seen. But I watched the fuck out of Scooby-Doo. That was my shit. I have so many VHS tapes of that. For those of you that don't know what VHS tapes are, they look like bigger cassette tapes, but you also don't know what those are. So I'm going to move on and just accept that there is old technology. Scooby-Doo was awesome. Again, the imagination thing, the fact that there was a talking dog, I don't even, like, Scooby-Doo barely did any of the detective work. Why was the show called Scooby-Doo?
Because he was a talking dog.
I mean, I guess that's like the biggest thing that stands. I hit my fucking hand again. We don't need this table. Let's get rid of it. That is the biggest thing that stands out about the show, and I guess I would call a show by whatever stands out most in it.
Yes.
But Scooby-Doo had, so many different, like, series that branched off from it, and so many movies, like cartoon and the live-action ones, which were alright. I liked them. They weren't the best movies.
They were amazing. What's your favorite Scooby-Doo movie?
Either Zombie Island
Yes.
or what's the one where there's like that electric dude? He's like completely blue and he's like an electric bolt thing. I think they like go to an arcade or something. Fuck, what is that one?
Is that like the... Wasn't there one called like
Cyber
Chase?
Cyber what?
Cyber Chase? Or Cyber...
Cyber Chase or
something?
Cyberspace. Yeah.
I vaguely remember that. Like the...
I kind of vaguely remember
like,
it too.
It was
but
at like a...
Carnival?
Carnival?
Kinda? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like on like a dock or something, I want to say?
Yeah. That was a cool one.
Yeah.
But I think, probably Zombie Island.
Yeah,
was
I
my
love
favorite.
Zombie Island.
Dude, I want to have a Scooby-Doo marathon soon. Man.
Maybe we should save some of our Scooby-Doo talk.
Oh, there will be more Scooby-Doo talk.
Okay.
All right.
Samurai Jack.
Yes, tell me about it.
It was... Again, it's like one of those shows that I enjoyed, but I really don't remember too much of it,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't really like describe it too well. But it had a samurai.
Really?
Pretty sure his name was Jack. It would
Huh.
make the most sense. And there was like this big, like demon-looking dude. I forgot his
Okay.
name. I
Was
don't
it
really remember.
was it Demon?
No,
Was it Dude?
no.
Oh.
I just remember the show. It was like a kid's show, but it was also like an adult show too.
Okay.
So, like it was just one of those, I guess, darker, like grittier shows. So I thought that was a cool aspect to it.
That is always pretty cool. It makes it more real, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that the world is like a dark and gritty place, but it kind of is sometimes.
Yeah.
I love the world.
Yeah. I think we know who is winning this round.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack.
You're hilarious, Danny. I cannot contain myself. Ahaha. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm not an asshole, really.
I liked how Scooby-Doo would have things like ghosts in them. Speaking of ghosts, The 4 seed, Danny Phantom.
Oh.
Nice segue.
Ha.
Going up against the 5 seed, Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh,
Is that what
man.
it was called?
Yeah. Ooh. This is a tough one for me. Actually, no, it's not. I know who I want to win.
I feel like I did watch Jackie Chan Adventures, but I don't remember. Like, the one thing that I can recall, didn't it have, like, talismans involved?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can remember.
Yeah. I know when I was a kid, I had a t-shirt with all the talismans, like, in a circle, and it had Jackie Chan Adventures. I remember really liking that show. Like, really liking it. But, like you were saying, like, I don't remember a whole lot about it. I remember Uncle, Jackie Chan's uncle in the show.
His name was Uncle?
Yeah, I know Jackie Chan was always like, Uncle! I think that's just what he called him. But he would always be like, Hiya, Jackie! And that's what he sounded like. I'm not being racist. I mean, I probably am, and I apologize. Actually, no, I don't. Deal with it. That's what he sounded like.
This is hilarious.
And he would be like, good show, Jackie. After he would, like, beat the crap out of someone.
Wow.
And then Jackie's niece, Jade, was with them, too. It was like those three. It's a weird trio to just go around kicking bad guy butt. But she was a little badass, too. And she could handle herself. And that was a fun show. I don't know. Who doesn't like Kung Fu and stuff? And Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's cool. But so is Danny Phantom.
Yeah,
I like Danny Phantom.
He has the best first name there is. No, just
Danny's a good name.
going around and catching ghosts
And
things like that.
yeah, and like fighting ghosts. It was the Ghostbusters that would catch ghosts. Would Danny Phantom catch ghosts also? Or did he just defeat them somehow?
Thought he caught them.
Oh, maybe he did. I don't know. But just the fact that he had like the superpowers
Yeah.
is really cool. Superpowers are cool. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a superhero. I actually had a costume that I had made for myself, and I was a superhero.
What was your superhero name?
Oh, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't ask.
Well, you can't say that you were a superhero and
I was the Lion of Black Chaos. Yes.
Okay.
It was badass.
What was your superpower?
Oh. Kicking ass.
I guess. Should we have just do our vote and see what happens?
Yes.
Remember, on the fourth beat.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Danny Phantom.
Oh!
I changed. I know. Initially, I was going to say Jackie Chan, but after talking about it, I'm changing it to Danny Phantom.
Nice.
Again, I really liked Jackie Chan Adventures, but I don't know. The superpowers thing is probably what won it over for me.
So this matchup has a show that I didn't watch, so
Okay.
you'll have to talk about it. It's not the first show I'm going to name. I have watched the first show that I'm going to name. which is the 3 seed Jimmy Neutron, going up against the 6 seed fucking Planes.
Oh, I loved that cartoon. Fucking planes.
What is going on?
There's the EAA. I think there's an air show this weekend.
The EAA. The Extravagant Air.
How about extravagance and air?
That doesn't work. Because usually and would be like a little lowercase and, not a big capital one, you know?
Well, it's a very important.
It wouldn't be a
and.
part of the...
Without the and,
acronym.
you have extravagance air.
That's not
that
an
doesn't
acronym.
make sense.
An acronym is a word. Like YOLO. YOLO is an acronym.
But EAA is just
Yeah, that's not an acronym.
Yeah.
That's just a abbreviation.
yeah.
I said acronym, but
So
it's
I was
not
at
an
EA
acronym.
this weekend. That works.
Anyway, the 6th seed is Ben 10, which I have not watched.
So Jimmy Neutron versus Ben 10.
So I guess Kevin can share his Ben 10 thoughts
Well,
while
Ben-
I sit here and twiddle my thumbs.
So you don't know what Ben 10 is?
It was about a guy named Ben, and he was 10. And he turned into things?
Yes. Yeah. He had this
amazing.
like bracelet thing, and I can't remember how he got it, but it like gave him the power to turn into like 10 different beasts or creatures. And then whichever one was, I guess, most useful for fighting his enemy, that's the one he would turn into. And I think he traveled around with his sister and grandpa in an RV, and they would just go around and he would fight things. And that was a really cool show. Again,
Cool.
it appealed to the imagination, which was very cool. But now I didn't see a whole lot of Jimmy Neutron, but I really liked Jimmy Neutron.
I saw a lot of Jimmy Neutron. And I really liked Jimmy Neutron.
And especially the fact that, like, I really like science and, like, physics and stuff. I really like Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just thinking.
You were just stinking.
What we could do to, I guess, like, speed things up a little.
Is I could stop talking so damn much?
No. Like, we say the matchup. How about we say the matchup and then immediately say who we would vote for.
Okay.
And if we agree,
Then we
then
move on? Or...
then we can, like, talk a little bit about the losing show just so it gets talked about.
Okay. That makes sense.
And if we
then the
disagree,
winning
then
one
we
we'll
can,
talk
like-
about later.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
If we disagree, we can share our thoughts on the show and why we think our show should advance, you know?
I like that.
Okay.
What's our time?
We're at 34 minutes right now.
I think this is an excellent time to recognize our sponsor.
I was going to wait until we were done with this region, because then we'd be halfway done with the first round, and I think that would be a good time. Looks like we have a disagreement here. Why do you think we should hear from our sponsor now?
Because we could.
Let's hear from our sponsor.
No, let's wait. You're right.
Okay. Okay, who do you vote for? Jimmy Neutron or Ben 10?
Jimmy Neutron.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That was me writing. Let's move on to the next and final matchup of this region. the 2 seed Pokemon versus the 7 seed Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
Do you have your vote?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Johnny Bravo. I saw a few episodes of it, and I mean, it was all right. I mean, it was like, I mean, it was funny. It was just about a.
Yeah, it was.
I can't believe that was a kids show though. It's just some buff douchebag going around trying to get laid all the time.
Yeah.
How was that a kids show?
I don't know. I guess with Johnny Bravo, it's like I thought there was like a lot of hilarious moments in it. It was just a funny show.
Yeah.
But I don't really think there was like much else to it. I feel like it was like the same thing.
I feel like it was like very, like it didn't go very deep.
Yeah.
It was a very shallow show.
I mean, I wouldn't say Pokemon does either, but it's Pokemon. I don't want to dive into Pokemon right now. Pokemon, I guess, is just more imaginative.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it more.
And it is kind of in depth because I mean there is like real character development in it, so or not.
You'll hear my
sometimes
opinions on it later. Well, maybe next round. We'll see.
Okay. Should we split this up into? Hold on, let me see the paper. How far are we?
We just got done, halfway done with the first round.
Okay.
Are you thinking we should do 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Have like round 1 be 1 episode, and then have the rest of it be another? Because round 1 has 16 matchups.
Yeah.
And from after round 1, I think there's probably like 16 matchups. After round 1, there's 15 more matchups. So we could do round 1 is an episode, and then
okay, let's do that.
The rest of it is another episode. Okay, so now that we're done with half of round 1, I suppose we can hear from our sponsor.
All right. Here they are. And we're back. Welcome back to Us Unfiltered, episode 9, where we are discussing cartoons. And
we're trying to determine the best cartoon ever.
Yes. Based on mine and Danny's opinion.
Yes, our opinions.
Not so yours.
Deal with them. If you disagree, then okay. Relax. God.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we love you.
Continue to do that. And we will continue to love you.
The next region. The 1 seed. The Simpsons. This was one of the 1 seeds that we both agreed was 1 seed, along with SpongeBob. So I think it's safe to say, no matter who it's going up against...
Yeah, my mind is already made up.
Yeah, Simpsons is going to advance, but the 8th seed is Chalk Zone. Kevin doesn't remember that show.
I've never even heard of that show.
Before this week, I vaguely remember the show, but like earlier this week, I watched an episode, and the thing that stuck out the most to me was the like imaginative aspect of it. Like, I think the idea of the show is so cool.
What is it?
It's like there's this world inside like chalkboards. And it's like whenever something is drawn on a chalkboard and erased, that picture enters the chalk zone.
Huh.
And it's about like this kid who he has like, I guess, magic chalk, I think. He can like go into the chalk zone, and he can in the chalk zone he can like use the chalk to draw things. Like,
that sounds really cool.
Yeah. and like what he would draw in the chalk zone would like become real, I guess.
Okay.
So he could like do all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the idea of the show was great. I don't know. I watched an episode and it, like, it's not like it wasn't funny or anything. I just feel like the best part of the show was the creative aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't bad or anything, but nothing else really stood out besides that. But that's, like, an important thing to me, at least. But, again, I mean, it's an 8 seed for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, I still enjoyed it, but I enjoyed a lot of shows more. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about Chalk Zone. So,
All right. And the fact that, and we'll talk more about The Simpsons later, but the fact that The Simpsons has been running for how many years now? 20...
30?
Like 30? Yeah, that says a lot.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right. Next, we have the 4 seed Fairly Odd Parents
All right.
against the 5 seed Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay. I need a second to think about this one.
Let me know when you have your answer, because I have mine.
I think I have mine.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Dexter's
Fairly Odd
Lab.
Parents.
Oh.
Oh, we have a disagreement
Time
here.
to fight. Let's tussle.
Uh-oh. I'm waiting for you.
Um,
No, I'm waiting for you.
to say something?
Yes.
Oh. All right. Well, again, for me, Dexter's Lab, the science aspect, and like just the
Nerd.
yeah, whatever it is, what it is. But the whole boy genius, and he does all these cool things with technology. And his sisters are like kind of like his test subjects sometimes, right? Like
Did you
that
say
they're
his
like
sisters?
involved. Yeah, doesn't he have 2 sisters? Twins?
He only has one sister, right?
Oh, am I
Dee Dee.
thinking of? Okay, yeah, that's right. I was getting that mixed up with Johnny Test.
Oh.
Sorry. Well, sister then. I guess that's all I have to say. I don't know. Dexter is kind of a prick sometimes. Maybe I changed my vote. I think I changed my vote.
You change your vote?
Yeah.
You change your vote without me even giving my point? Just because Dexter's a prick?
Well, I don't know. Just I feel like I would have more to say about Fairly Odd Parents than what I just said about Dexter's Lab. Because I feel like I just said all that I can say about it.
Fairly Odd Parents, to me, was... I feel like, at least like for the beginning of the show, like the first however many seasons, I feel like I watched every episode. I can't say that about the newer episodes, but yeah, it was like one of those shows. Dexter, I didn't watch that much. I watched a good amount of it, and I liked it. But I, like, really liked Fairly Odd Parents growing up, and I thought that idea of these kids having fairies to grant their wishes and stuff, and then, like, the whole rules aspect of it. Like, you can't wish for certain things, and then if you do, Jorgen von Strangle would come and beat the shit out of you. Not really. But that would be cool.
Well, yeah, that was... Fairly Odd Parents was an incredibly imaginative show. And it was funny, and it was bubbly and colorful, and just creative, I guess. Yeah, I'm happy I changed my vote because I think it's more creative than Dexter's Lab.
Okay. So I guess Fairly Odd Parents advances. Cool. Okay. Our next matchup. The 3 seed. Ed, and Eddie. Versus the 6 seed.
Edward, and Edward. Sorry, go on.
Versus the 6 seed. Recess.
Hmm.
Do you have your vote?
Yes, I do.
I have my vote as well.
I think we're going to disagree again. But we'll see. I might be surprised.
1.
Two comes after
No,
one.
no. You know what I'm gonna vote for because
Yeah.
you can tell by the seedings, you know.
What seed were they again?
Ed, and Eddie was a 3 seed.
Okay, and Recess was what, 6?
Yes.
Okay.
So like,
Okay.
odds are we're not gonna agree on a lower seed, you know. Because otherwise, the lower seed would be the higher seed. Anyway, 1, 2, 3.
Recess.
Ed and Eddie.
Why do you pick Ed, and Eddie?
I picked.
But
Ed.
first, you said you've seen Recess, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, go on.
I picked Ed, and Eddie because I guess this is a weird reason. Like, when we were talking about Johnny Bravo, I said, like, it's the same thing most of the time. But it's like for Ed, and Eddie, like, it's the same thing most of the time. Like, it's usually just Ed, and Eddie doing something to make money so they can get their jawbreakers.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I feel like it just works so much better for Ed, and Eddie. Like that same basic plot.
Yeah.
And also, something that I really liked about that show was the fact that they never used a different character. Like, all the characters were the same throughout the whole show.
Mm.
Like, it was Ed, and Eddie, and
What's his face
Kevin,
and what's her face?
Kevin and
Oh, yeah.
Ralph and
Plank.
Jimmy and Plank. It was all those characters. They never had like a side character show up. It was just those kids.
That is pretty cool.
And somehow it worked. Although I guess there was the last episode, which was, I think it was a movie. Like at the very end, they introduced Eddie's big brother, who Eddie like had always like built up to be this super awesome guy, but it turns out that his brother was just this big douche. Yeah.
It's
And,
like,
and I thought it was like a really funny show too.
yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that show. It's like a more kid-friendly version of the Three Stooges. Stooges, not Stooges. Why did I say Stooge? Anyways,
Continue.
Recess for me is just like, it displayed like what being a kid is all about. Like, what kid didn't love recess and hanging out with your friends and just interacting with other kids at school? I mean, obviously school sucked as a kid, but recess was great and being with your friends was great. And it was just like childhood to the core. And it was just a very, I feel like the whole show of Recess, it was just like relatable from start to finish, like for anybody that could watch it. And that's why I pick Recess. And of course, there was the movie that came. I think it was called School's Out or something like that. That movie was awesome. So in this case, I'm sticking to my vote.
And in this case, I'm also sticking to my vote.
So, what should we do? Like rock, paper, scissors?
I guess.
Best 4 out of 7?
Okay. Are we doing 1, 2, shoot, or 1, 2, 3, shoot?
1, 2, shoot.
Okay.
Should we do it on one camera? Or
I guess then we can see it. Or we could just like have like half the screen be your camera and half the screen be mine.
okay, let's do it. I don't feel like moving.
All right. So it's 1, 2, shoot.
Okay.
1,
1,
2,
2,
shoot.
Fuck.
I'm up 1-0.
1, 2, shoot.
2-0.
Fuck. 1, 2, shoot. Son of a bitch. 1, 2, shoot.
You just got swept.
Fuck. Wow. That's never happened to me.
Man.
Man.
We just did.
Yeah, clearly.
Ed
Man,
and
I
Eddie.
feel like I got my ass kicked.
Ed and Eddie advances because of a reason completely unrelated to either of the shows.
Man,
That's fair.
you're the Bucks and I'm the Pistons.
Moving on. The 2 seed, Rick and Morty, versus the 7 seed, Rugrats.
Okay. Those are very different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rick and Morty.
You didn't count.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. 1, 2, 3.
Rick
Rugrats.
and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Rugrats. Rugrats. I don't remember too much of the show, but I remember
I remember
loving
the movies more.
the movies.
Mm-hmm.
The one movie where Dill got like lost.
Yeah, and then they have the dinosaur little car thing.
Yeah. And then the movie where they go to Paris.
I don't remember much of that one. I don't remember any of that one. I
don't
remember it
too much of it
exists.
either. I just remember really liking it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Rugrats is like, I guess it's kind of like a classic show.
Yeah.
So you gotta respect it.
It was kind of like, I guess like for the reasons that I explained of Recess, just like childhood to the core.
Yeah.
Rugrats is like toddlerhood to the core and like the younger age. And what being a baby's all about.
Yeah, I mean,
But Rick and Morty, dude. Oh my gosh.
yeah, we can
That show's
we can
gold.
talk about Rick and Morty
I love Rick and Morty.
later on, cause we agreed that it moves on. We can save it for later.
Okay.
I really like Rick and Morty.
Me too.
Uh,
I think November season 4 comes out.
nice,
Well, starts.
cool.
Yeah. I'm excited. Okay.
So we are now into the final region. We have the 1 seed, Futurama.
Hmm.
And the 8th seed, Powerpuff Girls.
Okay. Do you have your vote?
No.
Was this one that we agreed that was a...
I don't think so.
No?
I don't have the...
Well,
Let's see.
I know damn well you didn't have Powerpuff Girls as a 1 seed, so...
Futurama I had as a 2 seed.
Okay.
You had it as a 1 seed. So, yeah.
Okay. So...
Okay. So, 1, 2, 3.
Futurama.
I am shocked that we agreed on that.
Powerpuff Girls, I can't say a whole lot about. I mean, it was an enjoyable show.
What?
That's really...
Yeah.
I think you said you watched a lot of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
I mean, I don't know. I like the fact that, I don't know, it's like, I guess most cartoons have like male protagonists.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like having girls be represented
Yeah.
in like a badass way, I think is cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked they had like a lot of weird characters.
Yeah, what was one, like, a monkey with the... He had, like, the head wraps on?
Mojo Jojo?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And they had like this like demon creature whose
That I
name
don't
was
remember.
him.
Huh.
But he was like a cross-dresser.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
it was an interesting character for a kid show.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Powerpuff Girls, but it's like Futurama has like all the elements that I like.
Yeah. Futurama is... As far as cartoons, it's in my top 3 of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's in my top, I guess, 8 at least, since I had it as a 2 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll save that for next round
Well, it's just
or later, depending on.
your phone is still recording, right?
Yes.
Okay. And mine is also, I believe. Yeah, it is. Just because we had a technical difficulty with the last episode that we recorded, so I just wanted to make sure. The trouble was with my phone, not Danny's.
Next matchup, we have the 4 seed Billy and Mandy.
All right.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Codename The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Going up against... We're going to disagree here. Going up against the 5 seed Shaolin Showdown.
Oh, yeah, we are.
1, 2, 3. Billy and
Shaolin
Mandy.
Showdown.
Who should start?
You can.
I can start. Okay. Yeah. Billy and Mandy was a 3 seed in my mind.
I don't remember what I had it as.
6.
Okay.
You had Shaolin Showdown
yeah.
as a 2 seed.
I had it as a 2 seed?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds a little high. But, okay.
Billy and Mandy was like one of my favorite shows growing up. Like,
As was Shaolin Showdown mine.
I liked the like Samurai Jack was like darker and grittier, I guess. That's what I liked about Billy and Mandy. Except Billy and Mandy had like the humor aspect and also had like a like these crazy storylines. Like they'd always be doing this crazy shit because there's like the supernatural because they're fucking friends with the Grim Reaper, who is Jamaican for some reason. I thought that was just hilarious. Then they have Billy and Mandy, who are just like such different characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like Billy's just that happy-go-lucky idiot, then Mandy is that emotionless.
Cynical little.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say bitch, but I don't want to call her a bitch. She's just a little girl.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I just liked all the different aspects to it and thought it was funny and creative and different, which I guess goes with creative. Yeah, man. I really like that show. I don't remember Shaolin Showdown.
I
So
kind of remember Shaolin Showdown.
you kind of remember it?
Yeah, I mean,
You kind of remember a 2 seed?
Okay, I remember more than just kind of remember it. Shaolin Showdown was also like it had like kind of a dark, grittier element to it. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys heard that burp, but I burped. It also had like storylines going along in it, and there were like the four main characters. One was like this little bald like Chinese monk kid. They were all kids. And he was like I guess the best I mean he was like a monk. He was a good fighter. And I know there were like these magical like items that they could use. I know there was a shroud, I guess essentially like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. But it was like a shroud that could make them invisible, that would help them out. And I really enjoyed that show, but you know, as far as overall creativity and just originality, I think I'm gonna change my vote to Billy and Mandy, because that is really original. I loved Shaolin Showdown though. I really did. I used to watch that a lot, and it did have some great storylines in it. None of which I can really remember.
So you say Billy and Mandy then?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Alright. Oh. I was gonna say, I feel like we can agree on the next two, but I'm not sure. I think we will, but we'll see. Next we have Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, the 3 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Going up against the 6 seed Johnny Test.
Okay. I have my vote.
Okay. Good. I thought for a second you would. Let's just do our vote. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I thought you were going to say the whole thing.
I didn't want to.
I was initially going to just say Foster's, but I was like, I want to say the whole thing. I feel like he's going to say it too. And I look like a fool now.
For a second, I thought you would say Johnny Test just because I hadn't watched it, but you had.
I
So
really
I don't know if
liked
that
show.
made a difference. But then I saw it, and you had Foster's as a 2 seed, which was actually higher than I had them. I had it as a 4 seed. But I did really like that show.
Me too.
But I'll save my talk for it. For the next round. Because that's when it will be needed.
Okay. So
you can talk about
acknowledge
Johnny
the
Test.
loser. Yes. Johnny Test was really cool because it was like a, I don't know if he was like a 10-year-old kid, but he was like, I mean, I guess a little bit of a troublemaker. I don't know, not the best student. But he had this talking dog called Dookie. And they would just go on adventures together, like just causing a ruckus around town and find themselves in these like ridiculous situations. And it was just a really fun show to watch. And he had the twin sisters, I think. Or maybe he just had one sister. I don't know. I think he had twin sisters. But I think they were the sisters. Yeah. Sorry. I'm just like remembering the show as I go along. The sisters were like geniuses, kind of. And they did like scientific experiments. And Johnny and Dookie were like kind of their scapegoats a lot of the time. So
Okay.
that's how they would find themselves in these situations a lot. And he would like, you know, like steal some of their equipment and use it without their permission. And it was just a really fun show. But I do think that Foster's is very deserving of the win in this round, which we will discuss later on.
I agree, mostly because I hadn't seen Johnny Test. But even if I did, I would still say Foster's. I'm assuming.
As I did.
Yeah.
Yeah!
All right.
Okay.
So we have one more matchup in the first round.
Okay.
We have the 2 seed, Courage the Cowardly Dog, against the 7 seed, Kim Possible.
Okay.
1.
Are you going to say the whole thing this time?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Kim
Courage
Possible.
the Cowardly Dog.
I'm kidding. Courage the Cowardly Dog is my vote.
I'm just trying to talk in unison with him.
1, 2, 3.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. See, wasn't that cool?
No.
Fuck you. I didn't really see Kim Possible, so talk about it. But real quick, I'll just say, and I'm sure you would have said this anyway, but I'm going to say it just so I have something to say about it. Like you said about Powerpuff Girls, the fact that there's usually male protagonists.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it. Kim is like a badass chick.
Yeah.
And she's the protagonist.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. All I can say is anything's possible for a possible.
That was lame.
Oh. No.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it's like
No, yeah.
the fact that
Yeah, no.
it's a
No, yeah.
it's a female protagonist and just I don't know. The fact that she's like a fucking like secret agent or whatever she is, doing all this crazy stuff like as a side hustle. And she has her friend Ron Stoppable because
Oh my God.
Stoppable is a last name apparently. What a terrible last name.
Yeah. Stoppable? That's was he like a badass too, or was he like
No,
a very stoppable person?
he was a stoppable person.
Okay, so then it makes sense. I don't like the name though.
And then he had his naked mole rat Rufus.
Okay, I thought there was like a ferret or something, or mole rat, I guess. Okay.
Naked mole rat.
Rufus.
God.
Sorry.
I don't know. I like the show, but I'll save my Courage the Cowardly Dog
Okay.
opinion. But
I know that you'll have a lot more to say about it than me, because that's a show that I haven't seen a whole lot of, but the episodes I have seen, I liked, and that was a show that really stood out to me when I did see it. So
yeah, I guess that's it for the first round. We have done 16 matchups. We have 15 more, and it's probably going to get tougher from here.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm excited.
yeah, this has been going on for an hour and 10 minutes, and we're like, I guess halfway done.
Okay.
I did not think it would take this long, but
Alright.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, so we're gonna, I guess, split this up into 2 episodes. Like, are we gonna have the next one air next week?
Is this?
Like, are we gonna have part 1 be 1 week and part 2 be the next week?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're listening to this before part 2 comes out, you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
So have fun with that.
What are you gonna do with yourself for a week? Nothing.
You could go watch some cartoons.
Yeah, catch up. See what your opinions are, and leave comments below if you think we're wrong in any areas. It doesn't matter.
We're not wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Because our opinions are right.
But if you want to be publicly wrong, feel free to comment about it below the video. And keep on watching.
Yeah.
We love you.
I love you more.
I love you guys more. Don't listen to Danny.
We will see you in the next round.
No, we won't.
Round 2 of the best
they're
cartoon
seeing
ever.
us.
You'll see us next round. Round 2 of the best cartoon ever, which has been a part of Us Unfiltered.
Yes, sir. Also, I don't think have we plugged 2 Boys, 1 Controller in our podcast
I
yet?
don't think so.
All right, well, check out, we have our, I guess, new series.
I guess, yep.
Yeah. 2 Boys, 1 Controller. The name makes me a bit uncomfortable too, don't worry. Where we play video games. We've been starting with Minecraft, where we just use 1 controller. I have one hand on the controller, Danny has his hand on the other side of it, and we just operate like Siamese twins. As I pointed out, it's exactly the same thing. So,
and we're trying to beat the game as Siamese twins,
as
I guess.
one.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, check that out, and thank you very much for watching Us Unfiltered. We
You're welcome.
sincerely appreciate it, and I have been Kevin.
And I have been Sir Daniel Fortescue. Goodbye.